I've been waiting for this weapon for a long time. Thoughtless is the first sniper in Destiny 2 to roll headstone. And up front here, that's the only reason I wanted it to use in a specific game type. So in today's video, we're gonna find out if it's worth it or not. But even though that was my main want on Thoughtless, it surprised me with a really good overall perk pull with amazing PvE capabilities. I think it's going to be worthy of a spot in your loadout. Since this is a stasis weapon, you can do some really cool things with high uptime in PvE. That goes for any stasis weapon, but this sniper can dish out a lot of damage, even more when you set up your mods and abilities. For the Crucible, there are certain perks that are above the rest, about 6 different variations to combo depending on what you want for it. And in PvE, same deal, about 6 different combinations to fit what you want. And in PvE, one's for solo play, the other's for team play. It's a very complete weapon. It's a craftable sniper, so that means you can fine-tune it, min-max it in such a way that you can get it where you need it to be. It's a Stasis 90 RPM, the adaptive frame. It's obtained from playing Psyop's Battlegrounds, and you need to extract 3 Deep Sight Resonance Thoughtless to unlock the pattern. You're mostly going to be getting it from random drops at the end of Battlegrounds. At the War Table, you can get it randomly from an Ingram, or you can focus into it, and each time it does have the chance to drop a red border Deep Sight. There was a quest that you went through that gave a Thoughtless at one point, and it came curated. It has to be. That's how I figure I had this one. I don't remember how I got it, but it has to be curated from a quest because you can't change anything around. And this is going to be the one that you're going to be seeing in all PvP gameplay. It's honestly perfect for Headstone. I'm going to get into the perks in a moment, but Headstone shares the same side with Snapshot, meaning that they can't roll together. So since that's the case, this roll is set up with Fluted and a Handling Masterwork. It's got extended mag, and it also has Steady Hands, which I really like. It's a low-key perk. Kills provide increased handling for all weapons, and that handling buff is faster than the original Quick Draw. And it goes for all weapons. So in this gameplay, I'm actually running double Steady Hands, because my Cantata is Steady Hands rangefinder. So if I get a kill with either weapon, the Steady Hands perk is up, and that means lightning fast aim down sight speed, lightning fast weapon swap. It's a similar concept to what you would do with a double Harmony setup, both weapons having Harmony and just switch it between them. The barrel and mag option depends on what you want to do with it, so let's start with first building it out for the Crucible. To me, there are 2 main options to look at: Arrowhead Break and Fluted Barrel. These are going to be the handling barrels. If you're not running Snapshot, I would go there first, but even with Snapshot, it still has benefit. Arrowhead gets the base recoil direction from 79 to 100. It adds plus 10 handling. Fluted gives plus 14 handling and 5 stability. The trade-off is 4 handling between the two, but with Arrowhead, you get the straight 100 recoil direction for follow-up shots. I'm personally going with Arrowhead. For the magazine, Crucible-wise, accurized for added range to help accuracy, or Alloy Mag, a 0.85 times scaler when the mag is empty for the reload. That happens a lot in the Crucible. You do start with 2 rounds, or one of my favorites to bump overall total stats, Flared Magwell, plus 13 to reload, plus 5 stability. And of course, you can't go wrong with the pure mag option, Tac Mag, Appended Mag. For the perks in the Crucible, 3 stick out: Firmly Planted, Steady Hands, and Perpetual Motion. Each of them give handling boosts one way or another, and they're really good boosts regardless if you have Snapshot or not. This is what's cool about crafting. Let's first talk about pairing it with Headstone, which is the real deal. I've been waiting for this. This is the first Headstone weapon that you have out at all times, and you can instantly drop someone. Not like a Vulpecula, not like an Ice Luna 3-tap. It's not a heavy weapon. It's always going to start with ammo, and it's instant. And when Headstone came out, this is the biggest thing I was excited for, because in Trials of Osiris Revive game modes, when you headshot an enemy, it creates the crystal. When it does that, it encapsulates the ghost. It traps it inside. It's already made big plays, and this clip right here is perfect. I get the headshot, I get caught in the air, I get taken out. This Titan actually had on Precious Scars. He was going for the res, but it's an extra step. You have to break the crystal to get the ghost out. Takes 3 shots with a hand cannon as an example. You can see them finally do it, but my team got to him. It was too late. It's an extra step that someone has to go through to get the revive. That extra step buys time. It stops those revives. It's really, really nice. And as I get the headshot, the Stasis crystal forms, I'm approaching the crystal, and as long as that crystal's up, they can't get a sneaky revive in. As I'm approaching and that crystal goes down, that means they're going for it. You get a lot of information because that crystal's there. And I recommend pairing it with Stasis, obviously, because in the gameplay, you see me go right up to the crystal, I get the DR with chains, then I break the crystal to get the grenade ability regeneration. It's actually amazing. It's exactly how I envisioned it. I do have on targeting on my helmet. I'm going to talk about that in a moment, but Headstone is why I personally wanted it for this utility alone, because otherwise, I have a really nice Eye of Soul that's Snapshot Vorpal that I love in that kinetic slot, so I would use that, but for the utility on running a Stasis subclass with Headstone, it's perfect. So for a Headstone roll, if you're interested, let's assume that you do craft a Masterwork and Arrowhead Break for handling. Takes the base handling from 50 to 68. You add on Sniper Targeting on the helmet, that helps the aim down sight speed. When with the perks, Firmly Planted, while crouched, you get big bonuses to your accuracy, but plus 30 handling. With those 2 things, Handling Masterwork, handling on the barrel, crouching with Firmly Planted, you're right there, right at 100 handling while crouched. Fast aim down sights. With this setup, Perpetual Motion times 2 gets it to 88 handling, and then you have targeting with the ADS modifier, close to 100. Then there's Steady Hands, which again, all gameplay is with double steady hands. It's faster than the original Quick Draw. I love it, switching between the two. Between these 3 perks, none are bad options. Most are probably going to go with Perpetual Motion or Steady Hands. Firmly planted, it's going to be really good if you remember to crouch. I'm very impressed with it. It exceeded my expectations in the Crucible, using it with Stasis, taking advantage of the full kit of Stasis. I do have a trade-off of no snapshot, but I built into it, and I built it on the weapon. If you go this route, just craft the highest handling possible, and you're going to make it work. But if not Headstone, it's still a great sniper rifle for the Crucible. You'd be going with Snapshot, pairing it with those 3. Perpetual Motion, Firmly Planted, Steady Hands. It's not bad at all. The base aim assist is 67, it feels strong. Go this route, try it out. Worst case scenario, you put it down. If you like to snipe, every new sniper rifle is always worth trying. But to me, the true utility falls to Headstone, and I'm loving it. For PvE, amazing combinations, and there's something you should try to bring out more power. In the left node, Overflow stands out the most. Picking up Special or Heavy is going to double the mag size, so for PvE, you want a mag option like Extended or Appended. With Overflow, it gets the mag to 12, 13, 14 shots. If you have an extended mag, add on a backup mag as your mod, it gets up to 7. So that means you'll have 14. If you're a solo player, you're going to be looking for Focus Fury. Dealing half the mag as precision damage grants bonus damage for 10 seconds, which you're seeing me in a Lost Sector. But for team play, you want Overflow with Firing Line. When you're around 2 or more allies, you can increase precision damage, and that's a dream sniper combination, no matter if it's Stasis, Void, Arc, whatever it is. Strong perk combination. But as a Stasis sniper, I want to bring up that Osmiomancy build again and show how you can push it even more. It works with any Stasis class that involves the Glacial Harvest. Freezing targets create Stasis shards. So you want a Stasis armor piece with elemental shards, so that means your Stasis shards count as an elemental well. Pair that with Font of Might. Picking up an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type grants a temporary bonus to damage. Elemental charge, because you're already picking up the crystal. Picking up an elemental well gets you charged with light. And then I have on 2 firepower mods. The main thing with Stasis is how often you can freeze. The Warlock is the best, but Dustfields work too. But you're constantly making these shards on the ground, constantly getting Font of Might with the sniper rifle. In solo play, just sustain damage on one target, it works really well. And in team play, even Rolk, you can freeze him. It's going to spawn the Stasis shards. You can freeze the Taken Thrall that come up. You can just leave them on the ground, and when it's damage time, when the Divinity is up, go get one of those shards. It gets Font of Might on the sniper, then use Overflow Firing Line. It's a really good sniper for PvE. And if you're playing Stasis, and you're using IS Luna or the Crate as an example, you have Font of Might up all the time using the shards as well. It's really good. As far as damage though, THOUGHTLESS has a lot to offer there. I'm actually loving this sniper. I plan on using it mostly with the Stasis subclass. Pairs the best, and in the Crucible, I'm gonna say that if Headstone doesn't sound appealing or you're not gonna utilize it, do try Snapshot, go from there. Again, worst thing that can happen, you don't gel with it, you put it down, that's okay. There's a ton of snipers to choose from. I have other Snapshot snipers that I like, but they can't do what this one could do with Headstone. It's made a lot of plays in Revive game modes already. And in PvE, it can be a solid DPS option. There's a lot to like here. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about THOUGHTLESS down below. Have you tried the Headstone roll or the DPS Overflow Firing Line? Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.